Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we are going to be trying out a black-white hate bearers deck in Historic. And kind of what I wanted to try out was Strict Proctor, which causes enter the battlefield triggers to cost your opponent 2 to activate. So think anything in the Heliod combo, stuff like that would get the trigger. They have to pay 2. This does kind of put us weak into opponents' Lotus Field decks, but I wanted to give it a shot in combination with Acerak. Basically, it would return to hand if you haven't completed the dungeon, but playing this on turn 2, this on turn 3 gives you a 3 mana 5/5 that whenever it attacks, we get to create a zombie token. So I want to try that interaction out to see how it plays out. And I thought we'd throw it in a black-white kind of hate bearer style, or just like good creatures. So Esper Sentinel draws us cards. I'm not playing Thalia because we do have some number of like instant sorceries, planeswalkers. So didn't want to play Thalia necessarily. Thalia also doesn't really line up well into a lot of the creature decks. So Fatal Push, Thoughtseize is Disruption, Knight of Ebon Legion for card advantage, Vanishing versus some more removal. A card I want to try out, Subversive Acolyte. Should this be 4? Maybe. Do I only have 3 and don't want to waste a wild card on it? Also, yes. But we're going to give it a shot. But basically, really what I'm trying to do is, this deck I wanted something for lifelink, and this was kind of the best card to kind of play in that. So it's 2 mana, 2/3, so dodges Stomp and a lot of the 2 mana removal. Also blocks a lot of the mono-red 2-power creatures well. And then I could pay 2 life and 2 mana and make it a 3/4. So it's a build your own Kalitas kind of shell. We have Sun Gold Sentinel, which can attack the graveyard, so I wanted some graveyard hate in the main. Notably, the enter the battlefield would get stopped from here, but I wanted something in the 2-drop slot. It could be right to even, and you know what, I think we might split Cemetery, nope, Graveyard Trespasser. I always get those two confused. Graveyard Trespass. Alright, I want to split like that. Both of these, the ETB, but the attack triggers are relevant. This is a little bit harder to kill. We have the Adeline, just as another thing that gets around 3 damage-based sweepers. Kind of fuels with that. And then we have a Planeswalker split of Sorin, as well as Davriel, both for card advantage and kind of lifelink, stuff like that. And I forgot the creature lands. Sorry, I built this one, and now I'm realizing we forgot a couple cards. So I'll play a couple Hives, and I think what's our split look like? 24, so trim, and then probably just go up all of these. All right. I don't think I want Fatal Push, or Fabled Passage. I think just having the duels is probably better, because just coming in on turn 4 is not super relevant. Alright, so how many did I put in the deck? I wanted 2 Hives. 2 Hives seems reasonable. Alright, let's give this a shot. We'll play some ranked, see how it goes. Overall, I did post the question, you know, when watching content, do you care what players are ranked at? About 70% of the respondents said no. I'm gonna play ranked, but I'm not gonna be as aggressive in pursuing Mythic each month anymore. There's relatively no payoff. I don't have enough time to really push for top 1200, nor desire really. I did like the top 1200 multiple months in a row. Just kind of wears on you after a while. Okay, we'll keep this. I can play this tap next turn. I can Thoughtseize. We have some options. I can also Thoughtseize and Shock. Okay, so that's Arcanist. Oh. Let's get rid of Emissary here. This only lets me hit for 3, so while I like to Adeline, I think I want to get this out of Magma Opus range. The flip side, yeah, I think we're just doing that this turn. Because even with this, I can go into the dungeon. Like I could go into the Mad Lab dungeon, but they only lose 1 life. Yeah. We'll let him do that. Because then next turn I could add a line. And then both of these get around. So they do have the option here. They could Prismari. So the only thing that really... So they don't have enough mana to do for 2 this turn. They could do for 1, and then I have Vanishing Verse because they're naturally going to name creatures for the first go. The way they get around us is if they... this could be Gearhulk here. What are the chances this is Settle the Wreckage? Not Settle. Got him. Got him! E-boy! So that turn there, like, we didn't need to commit the full squad. Because I can also just follow up and play, like, Adeline. We saw, like, where the 4 toughness is impactful there. And it ended up proving right for us to go Shock on 2 to get that extra counter, because we would have been stuck with it getting swept up by the sweeper. We could have left Sarah's in hand, but I think it was still right the way we approached it. When it goes first, we'll eat their hand, submersive. Okay, so it's probably Gruel. I think we take the 2-drop out of their hand. So this is an interesting decision. So while I could go Proctor, that would force them to get through the Exert. Proctor means... Yeah, I think we're going Proctor this turn. That means the Pelt Collector can't get bigger. Interesting. They opted to go there. So this turn I could go Adeline, but I have to Shock. The Adeline means I can't block. I want to probably Verse this turn, because they're going to Exert. We're probably going to Adeline, but then I'm taking a lot. I could also just play this. Next turn I can just gain some life. Because I probably Exert here on my Subvert. Take 7. Can pay 2. So we're going to attack like this. because they're probably going to go this, and then I'll kill it. If they have Questing Beast, then I have Vanishing Verse as well. Sorin. The cool thing is this turns off Embercleave from attaching automatically. So we go add a line here, and then I gotta hold up verse. You know what? I needed to attack here. So they can exert on one. But I'm taking exactly 3 if they attack with everything. Yeah, so I needed to attack there. Kind of unfortunate. We were like 1 life off from stabilizing there. And I was kind of stuck on my lands where I had to play out like that. We needed to like dodge the stomp that turn. Maybe it was right at that point in the game to just block with the Proctor to save some points of damage. Gruel's, like that type of Gruel's not a deck we see that often anymore. But we saw what Proctor could do in that matchup. Okay, let's give this a shot. Love a 2-drop on curve here. Or a Graveyard. Hate card. It's probably Phoenix. Could be Reanimator. See what's going on here. Lightning Axe, Lightning Axe. Let's get rid of the salvaging here. This can hit creatures only. That's fine. It's card disadvantage and they don't have red mana. So I'm going to set up my scry here, I think. Yes, please. So we definitely go Davriel here. Maybe we don't go Davriel. So I can get rid of that, which is pretty much their entire hand at this point. But they really don't have much going on. Like, they're confined on mana. So I think we go Davriel. Let's accept some offers and conditions.
With me than with demons.
So we can make our creatures bigger, we can conjure. I don't think we're on the mana plan. I don't know, Minor Gargoyle. This lets me Aceric more turns in a row. Let's just get the emblem. We'll lose 6 life. A little bit iffy, but we kind of get hurt by Phoenix here, but otherwise I think we're okay. I'm gonna eat this in their graveyard, and I can make a treasure, I can make a goblin. Even the goblin's pretty formidable at that point. Sweet. Okay, so let's pump you for the turn.
Don't even think about it.
The cool thing here is they have to pay 3 mana per spell here. Let's get rid of Demi-Lich. I basically want to target their threats. They can draw the cards they want. And like here, you can go ahead and Lightning Axe me, but I get to draw a card. You can also Davriel again. Want to try to find one of the life gain ones. Against Phoenix, I could also just make it always useless. They beat me with 4 Phoenix, but they have to somehow do that in a way and then still get around this uptick. You gonna pay for it? You're gonna give me a card. You're gonna pay for it. Okay, cool. Hive's pretty good.
These are my terms.
Spells you cost, Davriel, Planeswalkers you control, +2. Whenever you draw a card, gain 2 life. I think I want the life. Again, at this point, I don't care how much my stuff costs. So we get to draw cards, we get to gain life. The plus to draw cards is interesting. But I think with Esper Sentinel, like the way we lose this is just kind of getting punked out. This Hive of the Eye Tyrant will be really good this turn. It's pretty much where I'm going to be spending my turn, so just drawing cards to gain life seems good. And then if the opponent's going to be giving us cards like that, combo. And honestly, at this point, I think they're almost tempted to attack Davriel. Okay, so no other Phoenix. See Consider come out. Okay, so they're gonna get 1 Phoenix back. I can eat 2 Faithless Lootings out of the graveyard, which seems good. I can also Aceric, gain some life, put a counter.
I'm terminating our contract.
You're 3 mana. I think we just try to put him dead. They need to chain together quite a few spells here. And they're pretty limited on mana. DRC. Friend. So I think we do this. I guess it didn't really matter with the menace. I couldn't. They had a block either way. Oh, they were dead. This is a 5 power. Derp. Oh, I'm an idiot. Menace 5 power. So if we lose this, this is on me. Got him. Got him! Davriel's conditions coming in pretty clutch there. Almost stabilized that game against Gruel. Proctor's not that good in this game. The Acerec might be a little too cute. Like we saw that game, just not being able to play to the board. Might be better served as just more cemetery. Mind you, that goblin kind of carried us, but I guess if you had a threat on the board. Opponent goes first. Kill spell, kill spell. Adeline seems decent. Hopefully this is a deck where kill spells matter. He says hopeful. Until he runs into blue-white control. Mind you, this into blue-white's not bad. It's basically a threat that they need to answer. Come on! Okay, mono blue ramp. Would have liked, obviously. Oh, is this just Tron? Thanks. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. So. This isn't the Ulamog turn, so we're going to go out of line. Next turn I could Thoughtseize. I need to put some pressure on them. Then we'll decide like what threat to play. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This could potentially draw me a card. Our deck doesn't play well into Ugin. At least with the start we had no pressure for the first 3 turns. We really kept this hand hoping that it would interact. Might just need to play all in. Okay. We'll go block here, go Trespasser. Just in case they can buy it back. I just want to push out power. We need to just hope they don't draw Ugin. I need to basically put them on being dead. Because I can Fatal Push a Guardian Idol. And this is what you need to like, especially in a best of one format, just when your hand's not there. Just knowing when you can and can't win against a certain card, and it's just important to... What do you got? You 1 mana short of Ulamog, Flood of Tears. That's annoying. Omniscience. So the thing here, their hand doesn't really do much. So they have Omniscience, but they don't really have much beyond that. And I could Thought Seize now, which is nice. So I can go Esper Sentinel. They could technically pay for everything, but I could go Sentinel, add a line. Ah, shit. Are you fucking kidding me? They somehow pull 2 of them. That's silly. So that game we're playing against, obviously, you have a 1 in... so 3 in 15 chance times 2, so that's 20, and then you have another 20, so that should be like a 5% chance you can hit it. My math is right. And then they kind of hit that out, which is just... We could have been okay for a turn. Umari the Collector generally is... I should have allowed on this, because next turn I could have Thoughtseize and Knight of Ebon Legion. This is Enchantress usually. I could have double spelled. It's an interesting turn. Just the lack of black mana is making it a little awkward. I think we're just gonna go another knight here. I could have left. You know what I should have done? I shouldn't have played anything out and then Vanishing versus the Baffling End for a 3/3. Actually, we're gonna get rid of Presence because it's actually really good. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. Let's get rid of Solemnity. So I could pump up this turn, deal some damage in, but I don't want him to draw cards. So I think that's right. Because they also have a tap line this turn, so they can't... go too wild. And if they play Sterling, I don't care. So I'm doing this in part because if they sack this, I can kill something else. They took the draw. Your 4 mana to activate. Okay, but you can't. It's annoying. Somehow have it as their last 2 cards. That's not bad. So we'll do the pump here. Let's go into the Mad Maze. Notably, this gets around the 9 lives because it's life loss. Probably gonna get 9 lives here. My guess. Which is fine, because I'm just gonna hit him with the life loss. So we're gonna lose 2 life. We're gonna lose 2 life. Really, I just need to keep this verse open for if they hit Solemnity. Like, Umari doesn't really do much here. Oh, hitting that's big. So I don't think we care this turn. If they Wrath a God, then we're in a pretty bad spot, but most of the time they don't play Wrath. Okay, that's a hell of a top deck. I lose to Solemnity, I don't lose to this. So I think that's how we have to play this out. Doesn't matter. Actually, with Regrowth, I don't think they're playing a Regrowth effect. Oh, actually, they're not going to be on Sweepers. They're on Umari. That's a draw. Okay, so I can verse their creature. Get bent. Your lives are over. Alright. Asarik somehow actually did stuff. We drew nothing but lands, but pulled it out. Alright, that felt pretty decent. I don't know, the core of the deck felt pretty good. I don't... Well, it did show up in that last game. I don't think we want it. Like, if we just had a threat, some of those games probably would have been better to just attack in. Knight of Even Legion is such a good card. I'd probably just like trim here, play a couple more of these, maybe some more verse, just some more interaction, some cheaper removal, and just kind of go from there. Maybe another Davriel. Seem decent in those games. Maybe just like Sorin or something. 3-mana Gideon could be an option as well. But I think the core of the deck is there, something you can play around with, see what works out. But let me know what you think, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.